Right. This is going to be our first podcast. I've been begging my friend Tom here for a while to kind of start these podcasts, and we've been touching on different subjects. Tonight's subject is going to be touching on cyberbullying and cyberstalking, and maybe trying to get into this the mentality of
psychology
why,
of it.
well, psychology, yeah, why people would do it, what gratification they might they might get. So, 100%. I mean, what have you ever experienced?
Yeah. I was just thinking when we were saying, the what do they get from it? I used Skype a hell of a lot. I was teaching music on Skype, and occasionally in these rooms, you get a bully or somebody who disagreed with everybody, or basically was going against the conversations, and I think I experienced it 4 times, and the only thing that was apparent in these 4 times was they were getting pleasure from being opposite.
Yes.
And it was very apparent, you know what I mean? So that was my experience on the Skype, and it was different people, but they weren't doing it to because they were genuinely angry about things.
Yeah.
They were doing it just to be, you know what I mean?
So,
and so that's the only sort of thing we all kind of, every member of this our Skype session all came to the same conclusion. It's probably like a sexual excitement, having one up on a load of people. You know what I mean? Or it could, because they would never generally angry. No. They were just annoying,
But it's just I was kind of trying to, for me it's kind of, well why would someone, from my personal experience, I am on a chat site, which a mobile chat site, which I'm not going to mention the name of it. I'm on a mobile chat site myself, and I have a guy who username Robster2. Okay.
This is the guy who says you're fake, isn't it?
Yes, he says I'm fake. He says I'm not Irish. He says that my YouTube videos aren't fake. I've got another funny story to tell you about him. We'll kind of get on to that.
Yeah, we can't bully him.
No. But it's another kind of funny story. And I was kind of like, well, why are you doing it? I mean, do you think that these people, would they do it in real life? Would they like?
No, that's why they generally would do it. But they're safe in their own house. They're safe behind their own computer screen.
Yeah.
These are the sort of people who kind of sit up in their bedrooms going, oh, I really should have said that, and mum, tea's ready. Oh, come in, mother. You know what I mean? They're very pent up, sort of thing. It's cowardice.
Yes.
You would. That's the only way to really describe it, because that's what you're doing. You're taunting somebody that can't get hold of you. And say stop doing that,
But as I say, I just find it very strange that. I mean, it's one thing to kind of have a joke and a laugh, right? That's absolutely fine. Nothing on that at all. But then it sort of got to the point where if I'm talking to say someone else in their chat room,
right, okay,
he will go in. There's not just him. There's another one as well. I'll say her name, Maria. She's not as bad, she whatever, but she did it as well. She
like the people that like Discord.
Yeah, I mean, she raised about me, called me fake, and my animals are fake, I'm fake, everything. But anyway, and he would go on to to these rooms and basically put me down. But not just put me down, but he would like say really, really bad things to women as well. like really rude to them.
Like, as in just seeing how far he could get. You know?
I don't know. I mean, he's called them upset. I will say this podcast is uncensored, so if there's swearing, it's uncensored. But yeah, I mean, he'll call them. I won't say the cunt word.
Yeah.
But he would do that, and
to say that was.
Is that jealousy? Is that jealous of the fact that and I mean, I talk to girls that he talks to on Kick, right?
Right.
So
is that another one?
Another,
of these? Right, okay.
Because these are the nice ones that are on this site. There is nice people on this site.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the sort of the ones that seems to be. I don't know. I mean, what would he?
Yeah, I think you're jealous because maybe he's terribly afflicted with some skin disease, you know what I mean? And he always wanted animals, but he lives in a high rise,
I think
there could be a number of reasons if it was jealous.
I think he has a German Shepherd. I don't know. So he says or whatever. But I'll tell you that. I mean, what I'll do is because
obviously he's sleeping with a German
obviously
Shepherd. That's probably it. You're chatting to all the girls,
German Shepherd. I mean, we'll obviously move on to the subject still more and not focus on just so much this one part.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this funny story, which is I found it absolutely hilarious. I was talking to this nice girl on there. I'm not going to mention her name because although he does give her a very hard time. And like I hunt with horse hawks and I mean you've got some barn owl feathers up there. I'd give you barn owl feathers from my barn owls and things.
Always from my hat.
So I was just having a nice conversation about hunting with hawks and how kind of like hunting with a hawk is quite humane. It's quite natural. So
no, it is. Yeah.
I remember kind of a comment. I remember kind of a comment that he made about something that he works with dog or he believes that dogs should be worked, which is fine, which is good.
That's right. If you come from the country,
I agree. I agree perfectly that if you have a dog, you should work it. Yes, definitely. Yeah. But I was talking to this girl, and all of a sudden he came on there, and he called me a rabbit murderer.
Rabbit murderer.
Yeah, but this was the
because you hunt.
Because I hunt. But this was the absolute beauty of it was because I kind of said to him, I said, well, look, hang on a second. Did you not say at one time that you hunt with dogs? And he said, no, I hunt with ferrets. Now listen, I went, okay, right. Well, if you're hunting with ferrets, now anybody who hunts with ferrets or anybody who's a hunter knows, right, that you basically put the ferret down the hole. Yeah.
Yeah. It goes in after the young, doesn't it?
Well, it goes in after the rabbit. Sometimes the ferret will stay down there and eat the rabbit while it's down there, and you got to dig it out. Or what he was doing was he was putting nets on the holes. Now, if you put nets on the holes, the ferret goes down, the rabbit's bolt out.
Yeah.
He's catching them with the net, and he's biting him over the back of the neck with a stick. So, which is the most humane?
Well,
so why would he call me a rabbit murderer?
Now,
but
this is it.
I have nothing against people who hunt.
Now, do you think he is getting some gratification, some satisfaction out of this because he was that excited to say something about you that he didn't think through what he'd already told you?
No, he didn't think it through.
So there you go.
Because he thinks I'm fake. He thinks I don't hunt with birds.
Yeah, but no, I think we've hit a really good point there. Yes. He couldn't wait to say something bad about you. So he put his brain in before he put his mouth in before his brain was in.
Well, when I said that, he never mentioned anything about it.
Well, that's it. So he is getting a satisfaction, a buzz from being like that to you.
I mean,
and have you reacted to him?
All I said is what it is. Is if you hunt with ferrets, that's what you're doing because that's what you will do.
But like when he's rude to you and rude to other people, do they react to him?
They do. I mean,
do they say, "Oh, shut up"? You're a tit, and all,
well, I mean, I'm not on there all the time.
Right, but generally,
so I just get messages from, and there's a girl he talks to, a Scottish girl.
He's playing up to the crowd.
Not Maria, another Scottish girl that he talks to. But I've been talking to this girl on Kick for a long time. She's seen lots of my photographs. She's seen lots of my animals, me with them. But yet he even made a comment to her on some other occasions. Now she's a nice girl and she won't react and she won't,
so somebody's reacting to him, otherwise he'd get bored and stop doing it. It's very childish.
I try not to.
It's very childish.
I made a comment to him on my link one time. he was like, why do you keep kicking me from your link? I says, well, look, if you're going to be reasonable
No,
or have a decent shot, or if you're going to ask the right questions, I'm not going to kick you. I'm going to have a conversation with you. You know, because you're making up all these things, right? You're making up all these lies, right?
Well, it's being very personal as well, by the sounds of it,
and you're basically stalking me. You're stalking the links that
you've got to stalk.
You're stalking the links that I go on to. You're obviously you're watching the YouTube videos, which is good because I've got a YouTube viewer. Thank you very much on that one.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no rhyme or reason to it because the guy. And I honestly can't say, you know, what he does for a living. I can't say. I mean, this guy could be a 98-year-old man in some pokey flat because there's no photographs.
Oh, right. So and does he does he always type, or does he speak into a microphone?
Type.
So you've never heard his voice?
No, I'm pretty sure he's Scottish. I
mean, but you've never heard it because
Maria,
the way we did it on Skype, it was all through sound.
Maria, who basically, Maria was you know, a bad-tempered Scotswoman. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
A nice girl, but if you piss her off, she rages, and I can't stand nastiness. You know, I'm just like, well, no. I don't want to know. Now she told me that yes, he is Scottish. She saw a photograph of him and said that he looks like a 70s porn star. That's her word. He wears gold chains, sovereign rings, and I was like, okay, well, fair enough. But sure, you know,
German Shepherd, Jürgen von Uberdom.
I like German Shepherds. I mean, I've got a husband. I used to have German Shepherds, as you know. I used to have them. I used to work with them.
So it's generally he's typing these things about you.
Yeah. You know, it's the only rhyme or reason that I can come to is that. Okay, if I'm talking to girls that he talks to, right? That I'm not talking to these. I'm not talking to these girls like I want to meet you, I want to date you.
So you're not.
It's a friendly. It's not a date site. It's not a dating site. It's a friend. It's supposed to be.
Otherwise, you'd be on a dating site.
Otherwise I'd be on a dating site.
Yeah.
It's a friendly chat site. You know, my life is.
So do you think he's jealous? You know, he's obviously a very lonely sort of bloke because. The MO generally fits that sort of.
I mean, I don't mind.
Weaselly sort of.
If he wants to chat women up on this site, which I'm not going to say the site, but I've got to be something to show at the end of the podcast. I'm not going to say it, but if he wants to chat to these women on the site, if he wants to like chat them up and get on with them, it's a chat site. It's a free word. He's allowed to do it.
I don't think he's.
But I'm not the one that's actually. You know, I'm not the one that's actually going on there. You know, I might give the odd cheeky joke and things.
But like mild flirtations or
mild flirtation. But sometimes I think he maybe goes a little bit overboard.
So by the way he talks to women, you can tell he hasn't had much experience.
Well, I don't know. That's speculation. The same as he speculates on my life, I can't really speculate on his life.
Yeah. Well, it's trying to figure out because as we've said before, Jeremy Kyle and Facebook.
Yes.
There wouldn't be this program or so much crap if it wasn't for these people who go on the internet and go on to things like that and contact everybody that you know could be and say you're a complete dick. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And this is what it causes. So it's easy to do nowadays, but if you see the mentality of the people that are doing it, well, obviously it's the Jeremy Kyle show. These are terribly ill-educated, not very articulate with their words, and that's pretty much. I think that's the.
What do you think about people? Because obviously, people like this, right? And he's not the only one, right? There's other people on different sites that do this. They do it to children, they do it to adults, they do it to. They tend to kind of like pick on the weak. And
that's like a bully would do.
People end up kind of like becoming really, really depressed and upset, and maybe self-harm, or maybe
Oh, it can go that far. Yeah.
You go onto these sites to kind of make friends and have a nice friendly chat.
I would suggest just completely dropping him from any time that he's
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't come on to my links anymore. If he did with
You said he was kind of visiting every site that you.
with the girls that I talk to. He was on because he talks to the same people. But
he's got a hitchhiking on the way that you talk to women.
But talking to the same people doesn't mean that you talk to them in the same way. I mean,
no, of course not.
He could have a girl that really likes him, right? That I talk to. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be trying to like step on his boots or, I mean, I could rage on there and I'd be like, right, well, you're speculating this and you're making rumours about that and you're telling lies about this, right? Now I could go on there, which I did do at one point before with this girl called Maria. I was like, well, you've spoke to me on the phone, you've texted me, you've saw photographs, and then when you turned nasty, right, I basically stopped talking to you. So you jumped on the bandwagon. And she dropped my old YouTube link, right? Which is an old one. When I used to do work with Hawking About and and I was doing that to promote Kevin's business. So Kevin is the guy, and Kevin's the guy in the videos, not me. I was taking the videos of him, his birds, and of my birds. So of course
he's saying that.
No, she was saying, she was saying, he's not Irish because the guy in the video doesn't even sound Irish. But it's like, well, hang on a second. It's like I was taking the fucking video. So how could okay, folks. I mean, this is a mobile phone, all right. If I'm flying birds of prey, or my friend's flying birds of prey, I'm not gonna set a fucking tripod up out in the field hunting fucking rabbits and magpies and crows. It's a wood pigeon. I mean, it's just not done.
And so he's saying that you just got this video off the internet and you're just showing.
I think he's kind of said that I'm pulling these videos out of fucking thin earth. And it's somebody else.
Now, see what I mean.
But that's copyright. If I was using somebody else's videos, they would have that taken down because that's copyright law. I wouldn't be allowed to do that.
But the fact is, this is so important to this girl and him to say this about you. What the hell is the world coming to? if that's what they, if that's the way they amuse themselves, to put somebody else down. It wouldn't matter if you took the video or didn't take the video, or they are going after you for something that is absolutely no significance to themselves.
Well, the only significance that I could see is the fact that I have an interesting kind of...
there we go. And again, it could be the jealousy coming.
I have interesting animals. I have an interesting pastime. See, I have hobbies, right? I have hobbies. I do my research. I do, I work with animals. I, rear animals. So that is... I don't do it for like to show off. I do it because I love to do it.
Oh, and so they're saying,
it's not to pick up girls or it's just what I've always done.
Yeah.
How many animals have you rescued? Cats and dogs. Fostered. We've both fostered dogs and rehomed them. We've both. We don't do it to show off. We do it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, we're going to rescue that dog because I might get laid tonight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody will think I'm a hero.
I don't walk down to the pub with my fox going, oh hey love, look at my fox.
Yeah.
Because that's just fucking.
My silver fox lover.
Because it's pretty fucking ridiculous,
Well, that's what I mean. But these people, they've probably got nothing. Obviously, they've got nothing else important to do, And
well, I don't
know. No, obviously. This is the point of the podcast. This is cyberbullying.
Well, exactly.
But it's also cyber cowardice. You know what I mean?
There's been. Well, yes, you're touching on a point there because
it is. They wouldn't do it normally.
And what you said there's a lot of people, I suppose, that they do feel safe at home.
Oh yeah, they can be who they want to be at home.
Yeah. But then they mustn't have anything else to do.
Well, that's it. That's the whole point. You know what I mean?
Is their life so mundane? I mean,
when I was going on Skype, and I used to go on every day. If I was having my coffee in the morning, I'd turn it on, and there'd always be a couple of people that you knew, and you'd have a chat, and then go off to work or do what you had to do, you know.
Yeah.
But there were people that would stay on all day, every day. Retired people, you know what I mean, and people with nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But these people weren't rude at all. You know, they had their moments, like everybody.
Well, people do have their moments.
But you know,
everybody does, of course. But
as I say, but you'd get one every couple of months, and they wouldn't last long. You know, you'd hear them out, and you'd realise what they, because it is a game to them. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. You realise what they were up to. Take the rise out of them a little bit, or educate them a little bit.
What is the personal gain? What is the satisfaction?
As I say, it is. You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's a buzz.
I think they should invent a chat site purely for trolls, purely for stalkers and you know, people who want to do that kind of thing, because they'd be more than happy there to just rip the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
You know, where I do nothing but try and be nice. You know?
Well, that's the whole point. You know, communication is about being friendly and making good connections, not pissing people off. You know?
No. I want to make friends from all different walks of life.
That's right.
I want to make friends, you know, from you know, anywhere from you know, where we are, West Sussex, to, you know, Scotland, Wales, you know, Germany,
Skype, I've got Australia,
USA.
Canada, Dubai, you know,
because they
all
have
decent people, you know.
exactly, because they all have, you know, nice, interesting, you know, different ways of life.
That's right.
It's like, well,
and you learn from each other.
How's your day? What do you do in your day? Because you know, obviously you're a different culture, and you know, I'm all about learning about culture.
That's it.
And you're the same. We want to. I mean, you've travelled the world as a musician.
Yeah.
You know, and you learn from it.
Well, that was it. It was best of best times. You know what I mean? You learn how to communicate. But these people, as we were saying, with these cyber bullies and things, communication is not really on their agenda. They're there to annoy, you know, or to create discord, because they know, especially, you know, if somebody said I was fake, it would annoy me a little bit.
It kind of, I mean, with
and if it kept on going, it would annoy me a lot more. You know?
One thing that Rob Star 2 did say to a Scottish girl I talked to was he said, he cut his photographs out of a magazine.
Well, that's a compliment if you think about it, isn't it? You're saying, we say good looking.
No, and I will admit,
that's what you want to say to them. You're saying that I'm that good looking.
I will admit that they are a bit posy. They are a bit posy. They are.
I know. I've seen you. I've taken your pictures.
You know, so they are a bit posy, yes. But the thing is, I'm just thinking. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, I'm 39. I'm 40 in August. So I'm thinking, well, that's kind of a compliment, you know. But, you know, what fucking magazine did that come from? You know.
By the way, did he his name Rabstar?
Rob Star.
Why do Scottish people always do that? Rab C. Nesbitt.
Well, it's obviously
one of the saddest, most awkward characters.
I know, he's a
great comedian, you know what I mean? But the character itself is a piss.
So obviously, you know, it's short for Rob.
Yeah.
You know,
but you know, loads of Scottish people with that name, they're called Rab, or they have been nicknamed Rab at some point.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you know, it's the same as I mean, I'm Frankie, Frank.
Yeah.
You know. Don't call me Francis, or I'll kill you. No. Do you remember that movie? We're going to go off rail here. What was that movie? It wasn't Full Metal Jacket. It was the other one. I can't think now, folks. This will be a different podcast. We'll do a movie podcast. Yeah, we'll do a movie podcast, and you know, we'll talk about that. But yeah, you know, so I get Frank. But this guy was calling me Dave at one point.
Dave. Like Trigger.
I was like, what the fuck? Dave? I mean, what fucking what Northern Irish man's called Dave? I've got an uncle David who's called Davy. I've got a cousin David who's called Davy.
So why did he call you David?
I have no idea. I talked to this lovely girl.
As I say, remember Trigger off Only Fools and Horses?
I talked to this lovely girl in the Philippines called Andivi.
Yeah.
And then he was saying that was me. But she's on a fucking Filipino profile. So how was that me? Just like, what? What the fuck?
It's really. Well, it sounds like he's got issues, man. You know what I mean?
Well, it's nice to have a stalker, and I know you've watched my YouTube videos because I've been told.
Oh, is he gonna watch this? Is he?
Oh, wait, he will. I was messaged today, which is why I thought, well, actually.
Hello, Rabstar.
Yeah, Rabstar 2 and the other group. But this is why I thought, well, this be kind of a good podcast to touch on this kind
Yeah,
of.
well, yeah,
like,
of course.
Like, sort of this kind of like.
It affects everybody who goes on to.
He doesn't bully me so much, but I have seen him bully.
You're saying about
others.
Swearing at women and stuff like that. That's what I mean. Again, psychologically, it takes somebody who's pretty fucking out there to comfortably do that.
Well, it sounds.
Especially when it's
very
public. You know what I mean? It's like.
I mean, he would probably take this as a compliment, but it's very.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
it's very arrogant. It's very arrogant. It's very well, I can say what. But would he speak to his mother like that? I don't think so. If he had a sister, would he speak to his sister?
As
like
I say,
that?
every time
if somebody called his mother, or if he had a sister, or whatever, spoke to her like that, he would go absolutely apeshit.
Right, no. If somebody spoke to her like that,
he would go batshit nuts.
Yeah, but no, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Somebody like that wouldn't. He would in his head, but he'd be too scared of getting smacked. You know what I mean? So he'd go up to his bedroom, and then he'd be angry and kick the cat or something. You know what I mean?
Kick the cat.
Yeah, but no, people like this,
yeah,
they don't like confrontation. They don't like physical confrontation or face-to-face confrontation. A computer screen, they can do what they want. They can be what they want.
I would love to sit here and make up a load of shit about him, right? But
don't jump onto that.
But I won't do it.
Obviously, yeah.
He is whoever. As far as I know, he is whoever he says he is. He does whatever, and I'll just have to.
And he's nice and original with it. Is this he said he was
we'll kind of put that out there for that. But that's going to be. We'll put it up at the end as well. But
Yeah, but there is other bullies out there. We're not just. We're discussing this.
He is not the only one on there.
Yeah. We're discussing this as an open thing.
And on this,
the psychology of bullies in general.
On this site, not everybody is a bully.
Obviously,
not everybody is. I mean, he's one. There is a couple of other ones.
Oh yeah.
Who kind of jump on the bandwagon and think, oh yeah, well.
Yeah.
If somebody starts it, we'll jump in and rip the piss out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, now I could rage on there.
I can't believe you got a stalker, mate. That's really.
I know, and a male stalker at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he loves you. Maybe he fell in love with that picture that you cut out of the magazine.
I know. I had
And he touches himself in a
I had Aunt Davey. She was kind of like, maybe they think that you're, maybe he thinks you're Ben Affleck. I thought that was so funny. I was like, what the fuck? But then I thought Ben fucking Affleck. But then I remembered Ben Affleck's the new Batman and the new movie coming out.
You look nothing like Ben Affleck.
Exactly. I was like,
a donut in your chin, didn't you?
I know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just put that in there. But I mean, it's fucking it's weird. I mean, do you know anybody else that's been through that kind of thing?
Yeah, as I say, Terry, a friend of mine from Spokane in the United States, and he was the host of the podcasts. The Skype rooms,
Yeah.
He'd do all the organising and send out all the links, and really nice lad,
Yeah.
Well, old gent actually, he had a couple, and of course because he was the moderator and started it was getting to, so these bullies or these negative people used to kind of pick him, but he'd react, you know what I mean, and that was it. As soon as he reacted once, they'd go, and so he just cut him in the end.
I have to admit, I did react.
If they're saying something personal,
two or three times I did react, and I wasn't proud of it because I thought, well, I've just let myself down.
Well, that's it.
It was with Rob and it was with Maria. I did kind of react, and I thought, well, that was just that was just immature of me. I should have Should have done it, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know. I don't think I really, you know, went over the top, but I was kind of.
I've done it before. I did it about race as it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of defending myself, and I thought, well, why should I defend myself when I know who I am?
Yeah.
And the people that they're telling that I'm fake talk to me on different, you know, messaging things and know who I am as well. So it's like, well, why bother?
Yeah.
But there's some poor people on there that really get fucking some abuse. Not from this is not from you know this guy, but from other users.
Yeah.
I think there's a guy on there. I'll give his username if I can remember, because I don't really go on there that much to know as such. But I think it was his name. Well, I think he's called. I think he's Frankie anyway. Frankie spelled with he spelled it Frankie with a Y.
Oh right, yeah.
Right.
That doesn't look right to me.
No. So it's Frank.
Shouldn't have a title at the end of it.
Frank with a Y, and he kind of jumped on the bandwagon with Maria when Maria was, you know, kind of like calling me. But then he was kind of a bit shrewd because he said, I think he said one sort of time was like, well, why are you, you know, why so much anger? Why are you so angry? You know. But he did kind of jump on there as well, you know, and them two kind of teamed up to sort of jump on me and jump on this other girl that I talked to, which is, you know, and I don't, you know, it doesn't matter, but I mean, he did sort of like, eventually he kind of saw work from work, so he wasn't stupid.
We get it on the Xbox as well, on the Xbox Live.
Yeah.
You know, you'll always meet people, especially, you know, with games like Grand Theft Auto, you get hundreds of people all over the world, very, very popular game, you know. And you meet all sorts of people, and you meet kids who can't communicate, you know what I mean? And they're all like,
I don't know.
And so it's literally, but again, it's about finding people who are similar to you, you know. Again, I've got friends all over the world on the Xbox Live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, we've chatted, we've found something in common. You like Facebook, you know, you save them under your friends. And that's it. That's communication.
I was talking to
kids. Some kids can't do.
What's that game? That Batman game? The one where it's all the vigilantes. Batman Vigilante game.
Oh yeah.
Well, I had that in the Xbox, and I was on the Xbox Live, and there was a lot of Americans was on there, and God bless them. I was talking on the mic, and they didn't have a clue what the fuck I was saying. Because of my accent. Like, my accent is not as strong as it used to be because I've lived over here. How many years have I known you now here?
Oh, it's got to be about
8 years.
8 years, yeah. Gotta be
I've been here fucking 12 years now.
Really?
So, you know, I'm surprised that I still have, like, you know,
no,
it's not as harsh as it used to be.
Yeah, but no, you never. Northern Irish, they never lose their accents. I've known loads of people who've lived over here for like 30, 40 years, and they're still quite broad, you know. Geordies don't. They never lose their accent.
No, Geordie accents.
Scousers actually do. Yeah, and Brummies do. If they want to change their accent, it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Welsh Geordies and Northern Irish and Southern Irish. You know, but Southern Irish can change, you know what I mean? It can be more Englishified, you know.
Yeah, well, they're more soft spoken.
Yeah, that's it. So you can.
I mean, I'm Belfast, you know.
Belfast.
Belfast. Huh?
Come here now.
What is it you say? Pineapple on a stick.
Yeah, pineapple on a stick.
Well, what we'll do, we'll wrap this podcast up for now. Now, what are you thinking for next subject? History, cryptozoology, music.
I think we're gonna go for a bit of history.
Bit of history.
And what we're gonna do?
War history.
No, we're gonna see about how the media from 1900, how we've progressed up and the changes. Like the computers and the internet and how you know. Fast.
See, you're better at history than I am, so this is going to be.
Well, no, this is great. This will be great for everybody because you know kids who are 17 now, you know, they'd have known all their lives mobile phones. You know what I mean?
Of course, yes.
And things like that. But
Everything's very much.
yeah, well, we'll take from 1800 to 1900, 1900 to 2000.
Right. So I've got
And
homework.
we'll see.
I've got homework to do now. Right.
Yeah, no, but we'll just see how many major innovations happened in the 1800s on the comparison
Okay.
to how. It'll be interesting.
So
Honestly.
are we
We've
gonna-
done something similar.
Are we going to bring up like Tesla and you know?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Because Tesla,
the big players.
Because one thing I do
you
know is Tesla did invent the first mobile phone, and the bloody thing fucking worked.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to get this wee thing up here, and you know, hopefully that can be seen. And now I will give a warning to anybody who's watching this video. If you do go into this chat site, be aware Robstar2 can be very rude. Okay. So there you go. Just mark that username. Okay. All the best.
And if Brabstar, if you do indeed watch this, don't think we're picking on you by saying it, but it's cyberbullying in general. Or you know,
it is indeed. But you
learn from it, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're becoming part of the you know, part of that whole scene. If you're part of it.
Yeah, if you get off on it,
good luck
to you. But it's
right.
nice to be nice, my friend.